Physical tonight.
Yeah.
How do you think they did?
I thought after the first quarter we were much better. The second quarter was really good to see. We haven't seen them play like that in at least 5 games. So we got into them. And you know what? I'd rather, make mistakes later in the game by fouling and put them on the line. And, we kind of extended the game by being aggressive. But that's what we have to do. We have to toe the line. It's the best version of ourselves. Because, again, I'm going to keep saying it, we're going to score. It's just what it is. It doesn't, we'll have guys in, we'll have guys out. This team can really score. They can really shoot it and pass it. And then, obviously, when Jamal has a night like this, I hope people understand it's not the 52 points. It's the 19 of 25, 10 for 11 from 3, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. That is insane efficiency. It's one of the most, I'm guessing, one of the most efficient 50-point games of all time. But I was, as far as the team goes, I was proud of the second quarter. We turned the game around. It was because of our defense.
Can you describe the feeling of watching Jamal when he gets hot like that for you? Just like as you're coaching it, as you're watching it on the sideline?
I didn't realize he had as many points as he did, to be honest. I mean, we were going to him a lot. But, yeah, you can tell when he gets in a certain rhythm, the way the ball comes off his hand, the way he releases his legs. He just has that feeling. I can remember years back, I believe it was during COVID, but at Cleveland, a very similar 50-point game with no free throws, which I don't think I'd ever seen that before in my life. So there are nights where he can be really special shooting the ball. He's always special offensively, but just the rhythm he had tonight and the flow, he's one of those guys that when you see it. And the other thing with Jamal is he can do it in the playoffs too, and he's proven he can. So these are special 50-point nights for him, but more importantly, a good night for our team.
Called him earlier this season one of the best players of his generation. I think that's a label that people from the outside probably don't associate with him just because of the lack of accolades. Is it the playoffs that what makes you feel that he's sort of in that air?
Who decides who gets what accolades is what I'd say to that. All I know is he's got a ring in his house. He's got a triple-double in the finals. He's got multiple 50-point games in the playoffs. The amount of games of a team he's on, how many games we've won over this decade. And obviously Jokic's been there too, but that's been the standards, those two guys, over and over and over every year. And up to this point this season, I would say his level of play has been very, very above average.
The 8 straight road wins, what do you think has led to the success on the road?
Because we keep losing at home. No, I don't know. I really don't. Maybe it's just the idea of having a veteran team that understands how to do this right. We've been on the road for a long time. You kind of figure out, what your routine is, how you get through it. Now you've been to these cities over and over. You've been in the same locker rooms, usually the same hotel. And I do think that matters. I think experience matters. They're not afraid of the crowd noise, the moment, the energy of the home team. We just kind of play our game. That's a great number. I didn't realize it was 8. So we must have been 8 of our last 12 then because we've lost 4 in a row at home. I don't know. I'm proud of the guys, though. They had a mature way about them throughout all those games, some tough environments. So another good win.
When you guys were defending better in this game, it felt like the rotations were pretty clean and helped. But what did you kind of see just from on-ball and from team defense in general when you guys were able to string together some stops?
Yeah, I thought the physicality backed up by proper shrinking and, early to help your teammate out. After I thought we're just letting them lay the ball in for a while. I thought the guys responded, realized it's gone on for too long. Sit down and guard. And playing defense in the NBA is really hard. It just is. There's so many guys out there that can make plays. You saw what McConnell did there for a while. Siakam's a multiple-time All-Star. Mathurin, extremely talented. You have all these people out there. So I think it takes just a mental toughness that not every night, even if you play good defense, you're still going to give up points in this league. But you have to have a standard for yourself and how you play nightly. And I thought it was better tonight than it has been in the recent games.
Coach, great victory tonight. Obviously, Jamal Murray is amazing
Yeah.
night. I saw an interesting article just this evening in the Wall Street Journal, which is not a sports publication. It's about Nikola Jokic, actually. And the title says, the NBA superstar who's Kobe, Steph, Wilt, and Jordan all rolled into one. And then it goes on. But there was some amazing qualities of Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I would say probably, the stats are probably what they're pointing to, just some of the things he's done that are similar to what those guys have done. And all those guys are so unique to themselves, and that's the great thing. I think the special thing about Nikola is I hate comparing him to anybody because he's the first of him. Just like there was a first Wilt, a first Jordan, guys in my generation, Kobe and all these guys, Shaq. They're individual to themselves, and comparing them to other people is fun, and it's for daytime TV, but it's not reality. These guys are all very special for fans to watch. Him being, one of those guys that stands out, historically.
Was there anything injury-related bothering him when he left earlier in the first, or was that just a bathroom break?
I don't know. I didn't know if he, had pain in his stomach, or obviously I didn't ask him. It's a personal question, but he did have some pain, and it was good that he came back, obviously.
Would you feel better about after tonight's victory about the upcoming games, and especially after the loss at home? Is there something? The reason some people are connecting when we're losing at home is it just a coincidence that it happens at home?
I don't know. I could come up with excuses. The schedule has been crazy. Like I said, I feel like it's just a pit stop at home right now. There's no consistency to it. I think when we go home, I don't. People always talk about how we play in altitude, but we're not ever in altitude. We go home and we play one game and leave. So, we're under the same duress as the road team. That being said, you got to play better at home, bottom line. And we have not defended at home. We've scored the ball extremely well, no matter what gym you put us in this year. It's a historic start to the season offensively. I don't know. I don't know what it is. We've talked about it. I'll try to change routines up for the team. That's all you can do is try to find some rhythm that works, with the guys. And as a coach, that's my job, is to find the best rhythm possible for these guys to win.
I keep meaning to ask you, Nikola's been hell-bent on trying to get that continuation call.
Yeah.
What do you see on those? Have you kind of had any conversations with refs just game to game on the way that gets officiated?
I just don't understand, I guess. There's certain guys in the league that kick their foot when they shoot, and they do it every time, and so they're allowed to do that, and they don't call it an offensive foul, or they say that someone went through their body because that's their natural shooting motion. If he takes the ball through his natural shooting motion, up to the top of his pocket, I guess I'm just looking for an answer that makes sense with the same comparisons to all the other players in the league. There's definitely times, I agree, where he thinks he did, but I don't know where he starts with the ball, if it makes sense. But if the ball starts and goes straight up to his pocket, he doesn't divert his path. He shoots the ball the way he shoots the ball. It's a talking point. Obviously, the officials they're great at communicating throughout the game. They give you their opinions. But yeah, Nikola, he's always trying to learn the next thing in this game. And eventually, maybe he'll get that call.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
Oh.